Hello Cavern fans, and welcome back to Andy's Cavern. How are we all doing tonight? Have you enjoyed the boxing tonight? Did you watch Chisora Wallin fight? I think that's about all I've seen. I've seen the Nathan Heaney fight before it actually, where he got stopped by the French lad. So he's gonna maybe past his best now, Heaney. I expect him to do a wee bit better, but there we go. That's boxing. On the Chisora Wallin fight then. What a crowd he had, Chisora. All crying for him. Or cheering for him, no crying for him. No. He was getting a bit emotional the other day, was he? Was that yesterday? Or tonight maybe, when he was coming to the venue. But he certainly got a good turnout. Plenty of bums on seats. But what did we get? It wasn't really a boxing match, was it? It was like a bar room brawl. But yeah, you got to look at Derek's coordination. I don't think it's been there for quite a few fights now. I think Gerald Washington fight was one of the worst ones I remember. It's like he's kind of wading through treacle, his balance is off. But as I've said before, yeah, I just wish he'd given it up a while back. But he's somehow still winning through probably pure heart, willpower, determination. He's probably the most determined fighter out there, with the biggest heart and the biggest amount of willpower in his bag. So you got to take your hat off to him for that. He's been a great stalwart for British boxing, but like I say, it wasn't a boxing match. I mean, Wallin, for me, I thought Chisora was for somebody who looked like a drunk swaying about in a hurricane. He was fairly accurate with his punches, funnily enough, but I think that's maybe more to do with Wallin being a kind of stationary target most of the time, going back to the ropes. The small ring, I think it was an 18-foot ring, that probably suited Chisora better. If Wallin had a bigger ring, he might have been able to move a bit more. He kept finding himself back against the ropes, but then he was just kind of standing against the ropes, and Derek was unloading on him, wasn't he? He must train hard, Chisora. Give him his due. He must be fit to fight at a decent pace for 12 rounds. Though I think it was one of the later rounds. It might have been 9 or 10. He threw about a 20 punch combination. Kind of just kept body head. He kind of just about burnt himself out doing that though. But for his age and the amount of fights he's been in, he's got a big heart and big willpower, hasn't he? So you can't take that away from him. But I don't want to see him fight anymore. I said this before. There's not much I can do about it, but I can only talk about it. But I don't want to see him fight anymore. I thought Wallin wasn't very good either, and he managed to drop Wallin twice. I mean, he made it his fight, didn't he, Chisora? Wallin couldn't. He was kind of forced to fight Chisora's fight. He kind of lacked a bit of self-confidence, I thought, Wallin, but he seemed that way in the Joshua fight as well. It seems like light years away from when he fought Fury and put on a better display. Well, Fury clearly won, but I mean, it could have been stopped for that cut. That was a horrendous cut. And Derek got a bad cut tonight as well, but the cut man managed to keep it in check. Ross Amber, he's probably one of the top cut men out there. I was chatting about that with Bob from Canada's Boxing Channel on Messenger during the fight. If you haven't seen Canada's Boxing Channel, look it up. Bob's a good guy. He's a retired chap. He's obviously a big boxing fan, and he's done a load of good videos about like heavyweights for years and years ago, from the bygone times, like Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson. And I think he's done one on Jack Dempsey and that as well, and some other fighting, not all just as heavyweights. But have a look at Bob's Canada Boxing Channel. Like and subscribe for him. Give him a boost. And like and subscribe here if you haven't already. If you like what I'm doing. If you keep coming back and watching, I dare say you do enjoy what I'm doing. It's all very much appreciated. It all helps the channel. So Chisora got the win. I mean, who's he going to fight next? They were asking that at the end, weren't they? Personally, I want to see him retire. I don't want to see him fight anybody. They're talking about, was it Joshua? They're talking about, they were mentioning Usyk and Dubois, but no, I don't want to see. There's also a mention of Francis Ngannou in Riyadh. There was talk of an African fight, but I believe there's some issue with politics out there that probably wouldn't allow that to happen at the moment. There we have it. Personally, I thought he might have got the stoppage late on, Chisora, but it wasn't to be, was it? Like I say, he had him down a couple of times, but couldn't finish him off. But he's done something that neither Josh or Fury could do. I don't think they put Wallin down, did they? I don't know if he's actually been down before. Chisora managed to put him down twice. First time he caught him high in the head and he stumbled back, sort of delayed reaction. He went down and dropped him again in the last round. Scorecards were 117, 109, 114, 112, which I don't know where that came from. I mean, I could only give Wallin 3, maybe 4 rounds at the most. I mean, a lot of people were thinking the southpaw style might hamper Fury. Fury. He was in the crowd, wasn't he? First time he's been seen since he retired. Hamper Chisora, but it didn't in any way. In fact, Chisora was using a southpaw stance for some of the fight, but a lot of the time he's square on, just winging away at Wallin on the ropes, isn't he? So it didn't matter what stance he was in. He was still managing to make himself effective. Yeah, 117, 109, 114, 112, 116, 110, which is probably somewhere. I probably had it something like that, 117, 109, 116, 110. But I'd have to watch it back again properly without any commentary. And that's what I like to do if I'm going to score a fight. I mean, the commentary, I don't mind Richie Woodall, but I don't like him as a commentator. I'm no fan of his commentary. But I quite like Paul Dempsey as a presenter, but I think it was one of them said Chisora is a reincarnation of George Foreman. I'm like, oh my God. Are they listening to themselves? What are they coming out with guff like that for? That's as bad as Johnny Nelson said that Carlos Takam was a combination of George Foreman and Holyfield rolled into one. No, he's not. And Chisora is in no way, shape or form a reincarnation of George Foreman. What are these people drinking or smoking? I mean, go back and look at some George Foreman videos if your memory's faded, because you couldn't. I'm lost for words, yeah. So basically, it was a barroom brawl. The skills set was kind of out the window, wasn't it? There was no really. It's no one for the hardcores who like the sweet science of boxing, anyway. But I suppose it was entertaining while it lasted. But it was. I don't know. Maybe you enjoyed it. Some people all enjoyed it. The crowd certainly enjoyed it. It was a big crowd there, but I mean, I watched it, but it was no way a beautiful boxing match. Like I say, it was like a barroom brawl. But Chisora did what he had to do, and he got the win. But how he manages just to keep going the way he does. But like I said already, he must be extremely fit, and he must train very hard for a man at his age to maintain that pace and all the way through 12 rounds. So I believe it was some form of IBF eliminator for Eddie. Had a good one about the eliminator. My pal Eddie, the eliminator of I have to look at the comments again. Eliminator of all eliminators or when I was watching the fight in between rounds, I was communicating with some boxing pals and Bob in Canada, Canada's boxing channel. So there's a lot of back and forth. But I think most folk enjoyed it. But as a boxing match, nah, it wasn't really a boxing match, was it? It was just a kind of a brawl, but entertaining to an extent while it lasted. But a lot of the time it was scrappy and Wallin. Anytime Chisora was getting in close, Wallin was holding and the ref was having to split it. So, it was what it was. But is he going to stop at 50? I mean, some of the people are talking about fighting, like Dubois and that. He is a serious puncher. And that's not going to bode well down the road. The damage will become even more apparent as time goes by. Already people are concerned about the way Chisora speaks. Some people refer to him as Scooby-Doo, or like he's talking underwater or something. But yeah, it is concerning. But if he keeps passing medicals and they're still giving him a licence, and there's obviously people wanting to see him fight. When you see the amount of people was in that arena tonight, and there's people watching it on the telly. What can you do, eh? What can you do? It's like watching a train crash happening, eh? You can see it happening, but there's nothing you can do to stop it, is it? So, but I don't like it, but as I've got a channel that's predominantly talking about boxing, I've kind of got to watch it and talk about it. Just give my view on it. It's only my opinion. I'm not here to tell anybody what to think, so everybody can make their own mind up. But feel free to comment in the comment section what you thought of the fight. But it was what it was. You could say it was a good fight but a bad boxing match or something like that, possibly. But anyway, that's all from me for tonight, as it's mega late again, and I'm heading off to my bed. So okay guys, till next time, take care, cheers.